right. Hi, Andre. How are you today?
Hey man, how's it going? Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us to the fireside chat together with Andre, the CEO of Buy Goods. We're going to have like a great session to learn a bit more about Buy Goods, marketplaces, common mistakes that people are doing, and it's going to be great. So let's wait like a few more seconds and to see more people to join, and then we can start.
Yeah, sounds perfect, man.
So we just spoke like about like conferences and stuff. So like this, I think, great opportunity to say that like the first time we met was in Barcelona almost a year ago, and like things sometimes taking time to be great and good and ready. And since then, we did like also another conference in Dubai, and yeah. So Andrew, what do you say? Let's start with like getting to know you a bit better. So present yourself to the audience.
Hey guys, so I'm Andre, and I'm the CEO of BuyGoods. BuyGoods is actually a software platform that vendors and affiliates are using to be able to sell more products online. And basically, what we do here very well is matching the right offers with the right affiliates. And by doing that, we generate a lot more revenue.
That's really nice to hear, and I can say that like from our side, like around like a few months ago, we got approached for a few of our clients. Listen, we're working with you, we're working with BuyGood, so we managed to get like say, the integration. So maybe now people want to understand what type of businesses working with BuyGoods.
We mostly sell nutraceutical products, which we call Nutra. These are products, basically pills made out of plants, like not like antibiotics or like supplements for muscles and everything. It's just supplements for health, for weight loss, and yeah, stuff like that, basically.
I think this is good to know, and like also like a pretty big market for this, and I'm sure you have like a smaller businesses and a bigger ones. But like, what do you say the most popular reason why companies choose to work with buy goods?
So when I started with Buy Goods in 2020, was it like 4 years ago or so? I had to create everything from scratch, like a team, a team for affiliates, a team for vendors, just to gather offers, to gather affiliates, and everything, right? So there's always that question, like, what should I go after? Is it the vendor or is it the affiliate? Like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to focus a lot more on affiliates than vendors. And then by doing that, we actually managed to attract more vendors too, which is it's kind of crazy how it happened. So the main reason why people actually loved working with us, and they still do, is because we offer them that human interaction, which affiliates are always saying that they don't have, right? So when something's wrong, they just reach out to us on Skype. Every single affiliate has an affiliate manager. So nothing happens in hours or in days or waiting for emails to get replied. Everything happens instantly on Skype. So that's the main reason I would say that people choose to work with us and why they actually love the AMs and they love the interactions that they're having with us. Because this is actually something that we are pushing for very strongly. Whenever you're talking to an affiliate or to a vendor, try and become friends with them. It's not, don't be mechanic, and show them that you care.
Yeah, I think it's super important that I have like questions towards the end of the session about partnerships and relationship, but in our industry, it's all about that. It's about the people that you know, like how you see them, like between the conferences, how you help each other and connect each other. And I think what I like working with you guys, is the responsiveness. Like I'm sending a question, they're like 20 seconds after, like I get like an answer, which is like I think amazing. And this maybe the state of mind of the company. And I think this is a really great value and great advantage for you guys. Um, And we already like at the end of May almost, like we all planning our 2024 plan. So when you started this year, what was your focus and did you change it during the year itself?
Um, it's a tricky one. So for 2024, I would say the focus would be to expand slightly into other niches, but also at the same time, we are working on several new updates to the platform and to the system itself. We actually have a new interface. We have more reports. We have new ways of displaying and new ways of actually new ways of playing with the data that we have. Because if you really think about it, we have a lot of data in our systems, right? Because
Yeah.
you get everything happens here. So the goal is to actually expand and optimize the way we look at data and the way we work with it.
I think this is great, and we're always trying to be more innovative and to bring new stuff. But at the end of the day, when we have the data, it's what we can do with that. And I think this is really something that you can give to your clients and to the vendors. And this I would say like the first introduction that we do like in a call and to get a bit better. But like, I like to go like a bit to the basic and to understand from you like a bit more like what are the fundamentals elements that define a successful affiliate marketing in today's digital landscape. I
The,
have good questions.
that is actually a good list of questions, man. So I would say it's the grit, the fighting, the struggle, the not wanting to give up. I think that's what define the successful affiliates comparing to the ones that are not doing all that well.
I think this is something that we can take also, in general in life, where people are really
Yes.
trying, but like every salesperson, you do not finish until you get your yes, right? So it's interesting to see that, like also here in our affiliate marketing ecosystem, it's also part of the game, and we can definitely see it in conferences, like going between the booth, party till 4 a.m. So that's probably fundamental in our industry. And I would say what successful direct response campaign differentiate themselves from a regular digital advertising.
So the successful campaigns have been tested several times before they go live and before they scale. Successful campaigns have a lot of work behind them. There's a lot of people that think that you just put together some creatives and a nice pre-render and everything just works out perfectly. But it takes a bit more work than that. So yeah, I would say the successful campaigns are actually campaigns that have been tweaked and tested until they got to that sweet spot when you actually feel confident scaling and just increasing the budgets.
I think there's like really good like layer, but I want to dig deeper and to understand. For example, I'm an AM in a company like affiliate marketing company. What I really need to look at before I'm launching like a campaign like that in order to differentiate myself.
Well, if it's a brand new offer, you got to look at the VSL. Obviously, you got to study the offer. You got to make sure you have the right creatives, the right pre-landers. You got to look at the whole picture. It's not just, hey, this is a new offer, slamming. Let's see what sticks. No, it takes a bit of work until you get it going.
Yeah, and I'm sure like a lot of companies that are trying out, doesn't matter if they're new or not new, they still do the mistakes, right, along the way. What are the smallest mistakes that you see when people are doing when they're launching a new campaign?
I would say the biggest mistake would be for them to expect it to work on the first try.
Like all of us.
Yeah, and also I've seen people that gave up too soon and then the campaigns failed, but not because they were bad campaigns, but just because they were not patient enough to wait for that traction that they actually ended up having. Um, it's traffic in itself used to be a lot more linear, and even like when you would scale, you would see like this nice trending, right? But now it's just like it's all over the place. So you gotta be mindful about traffic, about the time of the day you're running traffic, about the days you're running traffic. It requires a bit more work than it used to, and you have to actually be more present in your data and in your campaigns than you would have to be, let's say, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. I remember that I started like in the industry 10 years ago running campaigns like for mobile advertising. We would say, yeah, maybe seasonality, but you're saying looking at the hour. So people really need to be professional in order to really catch the wave and be successful.
Yep.
Awesome. In your opinion, what type of potential do marketplace have for brands?
Oh my God,
So much.
there's there's a lot of potential because we work different. So I like to call it performance marketing, like what we do. And the traffic and the affiliates that we work with, they are just a different beast than anything else you might encounter in the market. The sheer volume of traffic that affiliates can bring to your brand, to your offer, to your product, it's just insane. Like people if if an affiliate is able to make your offer scale, then you're set. Like that's it. That's all you need. Let's say, there's there are the like the spy tools, right? People are always looking, hey, what's the other guy doing? What's this guy doing? So if you end up scaling an offer, and if the right affiliate picks up your offer, then the rest are just gonna follow. It's as easy as that.
That's interesting. And what do you usually do in order to track this, like first, like brand and like make sure that they are happy with this kind of like maybe new version of traffic that they're dealing with, comparing what they did before.
So for tracking, a few years ago, I actually started out going with the Facebook affiliates the most, right? So to be able to accommodate them, I actually had to integrate with several other softwares and several other things to be able to send the data correctly into Facebook. And we actually got the quality score of, I think it's 8.7 or 9, which is insanely good. So we actually send the data to Facebook like almost perfectly, which is really good. And that's how they are able to optimize the campaigns. They're able to let their pixel do the work. They're actually able to, at the end of the day, they're actually able to scale nicely and better and higher. So that was the tweak that we did for Facebook. Now for YouTube and Google, things are pretty much they were a lot easier there because they didn't have the AOS thing that Facebook had. And for, oh my God, for native, we actually studied a lot of trackers, and we made sure that everything gets sent via postback how it used to be. We ended up having to add several more parameters because the affiliates were asking for it. So we dedicated a lot of time into building the platform to not tracking itself as much as sending the right data to the trackers that the affiliates are using.
Yeah, I think this is great. And like when we spoke about it before, we said we want to talk a bit about like strategic approach and optimization, and it just touched base on some of them. But if we take it a bit more to the basic about like landing page optimization in direct response campaigns, what's going on there? Why it's like so important?
Because that's the gateway to sales. I mean, the landing page is the most important thing there is, right? That's the make it or break it. That's where everything happens. That's where the copy is. That's how customer chooses whether he's gonna buy or not. So the landing page became so optimized nowadays. They're even the colors, even I don't know, like everything you could think of on a page, everything is tested and thought of before the offer goes live.
That's awesome. And maybe could you think about some best practices that you saw, maybe even recently, some campaigns that you saw running, say, wow, those guys know how to do it compared to those guys, they don't really going to deliver.
Okay, so let's take, for example, one of the biggest vendor, one of our biggest clients. I know he works with you guys too, so you must know him and you must have his offers. So I'm what he does is he has, I think, 3 or 4 versions. So then he starts just testing a little bit. He starts testing the headline, then the uh, not the video in itself, but how it's displayed. You know how they used to have, I think they still do, that big, the full screen video for mobiles. Okay, well, get this. On some offers, it didn't work all that well comparing to the not full screen one. So it's all about testing. Everything is about testing and split testing and
Yeah, and I remember, back then that I worked in like a affiliate network for mobile games. We had those designers sitting like crazy, testing the landing pages, but also the A/B testing. What is the real role of A/B testing, when refining affiliate marketing tactics?
so A/B testing is something that's commonly used by affiliates to test their pre-landers more than vendors to test their landers. So A/B testing is actually just a way for you to get more data because you have, we call it A/B testing, but at the end of the day, you might have maybe 3, 4 pre-landers that you're testing in different campaigns, right? So when you're doing that, you're actually trying to figure out which of the pre-landers work best and how you can make them even better and choose a winner which you're going to start scaling with. So it's like the first step for every single campaign you would do.
And where do you think companies or affiliates are failing when it comes to A/B testing? Are they not patient enough? Are they not testing enough?
Usually there are too many variables in an A/B test, right? Because if you change too much, then you don't know what made or break the pre-lander, right? You cannot change the headline, the picture, the VSL, and you have to tweak it to have just one variable, so you would know what made the pre-lander work or what made it not work.
Yeah, that's totally. And when you're looking on like all of those like optimization, if it's like the landing page or the A/B testing, what are the key metrics to track a success for affiliate marketing campaign from the affiliate perspective, not the vendor?
Oh, that's a very smart way of asking that question, because usually people are just saying, do I just need to look at the EPC or do I just need to look at the CPC? But the thing is, a number in itself is just a number. You got to have a formula. You got to look at more. So that's why it's metrics, like not just one, there's more of them. So there's obviously the EPC, there's the CPC, but you got to look at everything as a whole. You cannot just look at one number and make a decision based on that. You got to look at everything. You got to look at the click-through rate. You got to look at the uh, the CPA. You got to look at everything. It's not so. Look, if you're thinking about how much money you're taking home, you got to look at the cost per clicks and the earnings per clicks, right?
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, I was talking to a very big affiliate. I know he works with you guys too, and then he said that one of his most successful campaigns he ran was doing was costing, so the CPC for that campaign was $3, which is insane. It's a lot way higher than what you're usually used to.
Yeah, like for me, back then optimizing based on eCPM, trying to like close all the channels and everything. I totally agree. There is no one metrics. You need to look on few different. You need to have like some kind of a dashboard that give you all those insights. And I think this is one of the things that we're trying to give you in Everflow. And like when we're working with you, like so we have the same clients, they have this ability to really understand how to optimize in a better way and to find the metrics that really works for them. But to look at the revenue, to look only on the profit, this is not the right thing because you can have more profit and more revenue if you optimizing in the right way. Like to take a risk of like CPC of $3, it's a lot, but definitely worth to work on those metrics and to find what are the metrics that works for you.
You have
So
a
this is
very you have a very like solid and big reporting tool over there in Everflow, and I'm sure you guys are doing a killer job just figuring things out, like testing, split testing, and looking at things too, because otherwise it's not gonna work.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like when we having those conversation with like affiliates, like listen, come work with Everflow. So let's say what will benefits. Like, did you ever looked on your data? Do you really know what's going on your campaign? So this will be my advice to the affiliates. Really know your data, know what are the patterns, master them, and then you can have the low picks and high picks and really master it in that case. And we see a lot of companies doing arbitrage now, so it's like part of the game.
I was never able to understand how arbitrage works, man.
Me neither. I have good friends to do it. Cool. We spoke about, like about sometimes it's not going well. Sometimes we do mistakes. What are the factors causing marketplace to fail on delivering strong results? Like, what are the mistakes people are doing when we come to work with you?
Um, so they think like everyone thinks that they have the perfect offer or the perfect product. Everyone is in love with their products, right? But we gotta be honest and say it's not all of them that work. It's just a few of them that work, right? So the biggest mistake would be for everyone to expect to be a millionaire with their first product.
Not in our school. Yeah. I thought, sometimes, we go to these conferences and people just say, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No one speaks about their problems, about their issues, about like how difficult sometimes it's like, you know, how to do it. And like when you're talking with like, and let's say the new affiliates, how you guide them to work better with you.
Hmm. Well, that's another very interesting question. With the new guys, so what we do is we ask them what they ran before. We want to see their campaigns. We want to see the verticals that they ran off, and then we look at offers that are scaling, and then we check the top affiliates on those offers, and if they match the traffic, then we can tell them try this offer because this is going to work for you. But there's not everyone listens. But what people don't understand is that everyone needs to be able to scale for us to make money. So we don't have any interest in promoting an offer that's not running well or that's not going to work well.
So I think the number one is to listen to the more experienced one to
I
see
mean,
how things are moving.
I'm it's not the most experienced one. It's listen to the man that has the data.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. And you mentioned like your account managers, and I'm sure that they're doing like a great job. So if, for example, like I would come to one of your account manager and I would ask them, what are the tips that you can give me in order to really have like a stronger delivery, like better results? What would be their common like answer, in your opinion?
They're probably gonna suggest the right geos at first to test, and then they're probably gonna help you with some creatives or just look at um, like if it's male or female, and just they're gonna try and optimize what you have first, and then if it's still not gonna work, um, we might come up with some headline changes maybe. So yeah, they're gonna do their best with helping them. But at the end of the day, they're not affiliates, so they're gonna be able to tell you they're gonna be able to give you some information based on the data that they have.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it's good enough. I think the work of an AM, it's not to be a consultant, but to really put the light on where we don't see the data in the right way. I think this is a crucial part of like every company's team, how we make our clients successful also, because if they're not successful, they will probably will not stay.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I they also negotiate like better deals and better CPAs for affiliates a lot of times.
It's, yeah, yeah, I guess so. Cool. And I think now we're going to like my favorite part, and it's about relationship. I think in our ecosystem, relationship like is a must. This what like build businesses and what help you to succeed and move forward. So, how do you think how important is like a partnership in affiliate marketing and marketplaces in order to create success?
This is a relationship business at the end of the day. So it's the most important thing. I think that saying your network is your net worth, it's very, very, very true in our case. I mean, we go to a conference, you meet a vendor, right? Even if you're not his top affiliate, you can still say, "Hey, man, look, we're friends. Just give me a little bit more on CPA or on rev share." And most of the time, they're gonna do that because you have that um, human element there. You have that connections. You actually saw each other. You had a beer. You had breakfast. You had something, right? Like we do with our cigarette breaks.
Yeah.
So, so it's
No, like in Dubai, like we had like a cigarette and a Coke, and like then you just like 20 people kind of, hey Andre, hey Georgiana. It was like impossible to talk with you guys. So I'm sure it's you, one of the most like I would say powerful people when it comes to a partner relationship. In that case, you need like bodyguards around you. Uh,
most of them. I mean, we realized how many friends we have in common.
yeah. That's for sure. Like I definitely see like relationship as part of the game. For me, working with partners, I do see that the partnerships that are most successful are the one that we having the relationship and maintain it and do events together. I think this is like a part of the game, especially between affiliates. And I think what I like in this industry that everyone can work with everyone. You of course you compete and you want to be better and top one or something like this, but everyone can run traffic with everyone and to get offers. So like to see this like support in this ecosystem, I think this is definitely a relationship game. Um, in your opinion and your experience, and you're a master of it, like, well, give us some tips about how to build a strong relationship. Like, like a new vendor is coming to you or a new affiliate coming to you, how you build up this relationship.
I don't know, man. I think my early 20s got me ready for relationship building. So I just
Because you're 27.
yeah. No, man, because I mean, you gotta be you gotta have a bit of an edge to you. No one likes around guy because everyone likes people with edges. So I like having fun. I like having a beer with the guys. I like talking, and I always tell it like it is. There's I actually had a few guys telling me, they're like, dude, you were the only one that told me that, I don't know, I was out of line, or I was doing something bad, or like, I'm like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it served me well this far. So that's how I am. That's how it is. And we go to the conferences, and it's not just 100% business. It's always to have a little bit of fun too. So I like to do so in Bangkok, I like to do races with the tuk-tuk drivers until I like. So there's the fun element there too. It's not. I don't think that the vendors or the affiliates are constantly feeling that I want to get something from them. You
Yeah.
know, it's like a real, like a friendship relationship, because I mean, they know what I do, I know what they do. If they like it, they're gonna work together with me. If they don't like it, they're not gonna do it anyway. So
Yeah, that's I think true for everything, but this part of Edge, this what makes people stick with you and saying, we like this guy, he cares about us, we care about us. Yes, we make money or we not make money, but at the end of the day, like it's a long-term navigation, and we want to go to a longer distance in that case, or to scale up in a different way. And I know people like you, from what I know you at least, this is like, like not saying like a mentor figure, but just like a person that can really relate to and hear their advice, because with your experience, with the data that you guys work with, you know how to help, especially for the new people, how to avoid those mistakes and to really learn this role of like being affiliate manager in that case.
yeah.
Cool, Andre. Maybe just top of your heads, if there anything that you want to share about the new releases that you just mentioned that everyone will know like about more.
Well, we're gonna I think by the end of next month we're gonna have something internally. We're actually split testing it now, and we are working on a way to increase the conversion rate on the landing on the checkout page. We are also doing the new interface. We're changing it. It should be live either this month or the next. So I'm happy how things have progressed through this year, because we're going to have enough time to launch and see how things are working and what people are saying. Because, you're used to seeing the data in the way that you're used to seeing the data, right? When you see it displayed differently, like, hey, what did this change? Where's this gone? How's this working? So it's going to take a little bit of time of educating people and showing them how the new reports are going to be better. But I'm 100% sure that they're going to love the granularity of it and everything else the new update has to offer.
That's awesome. And for the people who are still not working with you, how can they start?
Well, first, they got to love beers.
I mean,
There we go. We're gonna
just
change
one.
the cigarette and Coke to cigarette and beers next time. They can just sign up with us, and they're gonna get access to all of the team, the AMs, the compliance, everything.
Awesome. So, like, we're going to use this recording and we share an email with the ones who joined the chat or the one who registered. And we also like mention like how to get in touch with you. So I think this would be great. And thank you very much for your time. I learned more about buy goods now. I'm sure that I want to have affiliate network my own and to really do great things together. And looking forward to meet in Budapest.
Mate, thank you so much for having me. I am truly, truly humbled to be able to call you and your team our friends. You guys are amazing, and you've done an insanely good job with Everflow and everything that's happening over there right now. So thank you again for having me, and yeah, I'll see you in Budapest.
Sure thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.